Hello, everybody, and welcome to 48-Hour Artcheck, where you can't see my face. We are in the 90s. I think we're at 93.
I think so.
Yeah, we're at 93, and we are one of the only Artchecks now. Kerr just ended his. So if anybody else does an Artcheck, let me know. It is 93. But yeah, it's crazy. So we're about to hit 100 in the next few weeks. And we've been gone for a little bit. So what have we gotten done in the past week? Emily, what's up?
Let me check and make sure my thing is up. Okay. Okay, let me add my screen. Share screen. Okay. So I need to get better at drawing boys. So I drew a boy. Don't really like the colors, but yeah, this is just from like things. It's really like it's not like my colors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, this is like just from a reference picture. His eyebrows.
It almost reminds me of my husband, except that guy has eyebrows and my husband does not really.
That looks great.
The thing that I'm noticing, like I was looking for like men reference and like all the guy, like at least on Pinterest, I was like looking for like, I just searched like men and it was like every guy on here looks exactly the same. This is strange to me. So yeah, trying to navigate the world of men. How to draw them, I guess. I want to get better at it. This is just like a study that I did this evening from there's this webcomic that's like super amazing called Lore Olympus. And so I was just like, I'm just gonna have like a picture off to the side and I'm gonna like try to do all the things that she did in the artwork. So this is exactly snatched, but like hers looks so much better. Yeah, like if you look up the artwork for Lore Olympus, it's like super beautiful. So yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna look at like how she does things. And then I'm working on my last elemental finally.
I've like so cool.
Thank you. I love her eyes.
I love the like bubbly bokeh type effect on her hair.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so like I redid this like 4 times. I don't know. I had kept this sketch because I didn't hate it, but I had actually like moved on to a different sketch. And then I was like, I'm going to color it now. And then I looked at it again and I was like, this is trash. Like it's really bad. And so I went back to this one. I was like, this one's good. So I went back and started coloring it today. So yeah. That's kind of what I've been up to, and it's not a lot for like a while, like at least with colored stuff, but it's been more than I've been doing lately, so that feels good. So the other thing, I just want to like share something crazy that happened. So a week or a couple weeks ago, I made like this fan art. And I shared it here, but I also put it up online like the next like cycle through of stuff. And it like blew up on Twitter and Instagram. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So like it's a small like community. So like there's like a few people to follow that are like kind of, I don't know, that you would want to follow if you're into it. And so like he shared it. The like company that like produced the show shared it.
Dead Little Roosters.
Yeah. Like so Rooster Teeth shared it.
Yeah.
Or maybe Achievement Hunter. I don't know. Like the company that like produced it and like, that's where they work. Shared it on Twitter and it like got like 400 likes or something crazy like that. And so that was really cool. yeah, there's like this riddle at the beginning or at the end of the first episode. It kind of is like it's an interactive murder mystery, and the riddle will tell you each episode who's going to die next, and you have to riddle it out, and there's a competition. Anyways, the guy who wrote the riddle and is kind of like giving hints to the people throughout the weeks, like he shared it, and then yeah, and then like the following Monday, it blew up on Instagram, and I don't exactly know why, like where these people came from, and like why. A few days later, it had been like 3 or 4 days.
Maybe someone like shared it or something. Like
something. I know that like they make like weekly update videos that are like not related to the show, but the people who worked on the show did it, and I don't know. So like that's the only thing I can think of. But the makeup artist for the show was like, no way, this is amazing. I worked on the makeup and hair for this. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like this is so beautiful. Like what you did was so beautiful. There was like this like thank you spiral of like us complimenting each other and like several comments and stuff. And so like really cool things happened. Like I got a lot of followers from it. The makeup artist followed me. The design director at the company followed me. Like, yeah. So like some cool things happened.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was super exciting when it happened.
Passion projects.
Yeah, yeah. And like fan art, it pays off sometimes. You know what I mean? Like there are reasons to do it, and it's beneficial sometimes. So yeah, that's what happened with me.
Yay. I'm gonna go next because I have both of my computers running and my Wi-Fi is gonna die if I don't do something. So I have stuff on my laptop and then stuff on my desktop. So I'm gonna start with the desktop. Can you see it? Cool. So here I have, oh, this is trippy because there's lag. So here I have just some commissions that I did for a birthday. I just have some commissions up here. And then I have some other commissions. So basically I've just been editing a bunch of commission photography and doing that. And then if I stop sharing my screen on here. And then I made our wedding invites.
Yay.
Yeah, so you obviously, the date and where is here, but that's just blocked out because of the internet. Yeah. And so I just kind of did those things, which... Oh, and then I made a case study.
Yeah?
I forgot about that. Yeah, I made a case study in InDesign, which I just personally absolutely hate InDesign. I feel like everybody has an Adobe program that they absolutely never want to work in.
Yeah.
And yeah, mine is InDesign.
Design is yours.
Yep, I absolutely hate it. I think it's the worst program, but you know.
Yeah.
Y'all are both like not looking at the camera whatsoever. You're both like drawing or something. So one, I'm talking to walls. Two, I feel like I should be doing something.
Oh yeah.
Y'all both are just like,
that's on ADD, and I'm way better at paying attention if I have something I'm working
just like
on.
not just like staring down.
Yeah. I'm writing a stroke of luck currently. So I'm like, don't stop. What if you suck at this when you come back to it? So
so here's my little case study.
That's awesome.
It's definitely not done, and my laptop is crashing. Oh, this is so fun.
Oh no.
InDesign's tricky, but it's like useful. Like that's what, when I worked for the school paper, I had to design an InDesign. I definitely feel your feelings.
Yeah, I would only use it if it was like a giant book. Like I still do like booklets in Illustrator.
And stuff.
I would much prefer to be using Illustrator for my case study, but It's for a
This is
class.
the
I
same
respect
way.
the professor, and so I'm just doing it. I'm not cheating the system.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate it. I gave a presentation on why I should be allowed to use Illustrator, and it did not work. But anyways, Kylie, what have you been doing?
So I had a kind of crazy week. Oh my, I'm really glad I didn't lose that needle that I just dropped on my lap. But as far as like creative stuff goes, I finished January on my embroidery journal, so I am staying on target. I'm currently working on yesterday's. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that was just yesterday. I had a long weekend. I'm currently working on yesterday's stitch. But this is the this is the month I always with it like mirrored or not mirrored. I mean, it's always confusing to me. But this is the month of January, and then over here is February, and I'm working on embroidering my baby nephew that was born yesterday morning. So I was in Utah watching his older siblings while his parents were in the hospital. So anyway, I finished January, which was really good. And I made a post on my personal Instagram about the embroidery journal. And I've not made a post yet this year. So my last post was like on my sister's birthday in December. So I've been like really struggling with social media, but wanting to kind of get out there a little bit more. So I made a post about, and once again, I have to show you on my phone because I'm not fancy like everyone else. But I took these photos just like on my kitchen table with my new camera, edited them a little bit, and then popped them on. And they're getting good engagement so far, like comments and things, because it's something unique and cool. So it feels good to like still be kind of getting stuff done. I've also been putting a lot. And I also called the iPad repair place today and found out that AppleCare, their iPads, they can't replace screens, so they just replace the whole thing. So I found out that I can keep my iPad until the new one comes in, and then I just have to like go make the switch, which is like a lot less stressful. So probably gonna take that while maybe like on my way to work or on my way home in the next couple days, so that they can get the new one ordered. But I figured all that stuff out. So I'm slowly but surely making progress.
Yay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Challenges. Emily.
I just remembered something that I did. Can I share that?
What'd you do? Yes.
Share.
I bought some hats with my logo on it.
That's so cool.
Wait, show them.
I haven't received them yet, but I've ordered them. They're gonna be embroidered. Or they've been embroidered. So cool. They're in the mail now. I don't know when I'm getting them.
How much do they cost?
So cool.
I think it was like.
How much would it cost for me to buy one from you and add it to my hat collection?
It would cost $2 less than it cost me because there was a fee for like vectorizing it or something. Or like setting up the file so that the embroidering machine could read it. But I think it was like $15 or something.
Okay.
I feel like I don't feel like I paid $40 for 2 hats. I feel like I would have not bought 2 hats if it cost $40. So it's under 20.
It's gonna be really cool though.
I just gotta add it to my hat collection so I can support you.
Yeah, I got like a beanie, like a gray beanie.
That is so cool.
That's really awesome. Excited. I want to wear them everywhere in public and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got like one of those like beat up like denim dad hats.
I love those. I have one with a pizza embroidered on it.
So yeah, and the embroidery for the beanie is black, and then the embroidery for the dad hat is white. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I don't really wear hats, but I'm gonna start wearing hats.
Yeah, you're gonna wear them now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Challenges though. I like yesterday. I was like at work, and I was like, "Am I burnt out?" So like, I don't know if I am, but I asked myself that question, which makes me think that I am. So today I was just like, I'm going to do stuff if I want to in the moment. And there were moments that I wanted to do stuff. Like I did like the ice elemental today. And I did like the Lore Olympus thing today. So like, you know, like I still did draw today, but I didn't like pressure myself into it because I was like, I think I'm stressing myself out a little bit. So yeah, and I like haven't had like a weekend. Like Tim worked Saturday, and so I just tried to draw more stuff, and yeah. So, anyways, I think I'm like freaking myself out, and it's making me stressed out, and so I don't know, like this weird like where should I slow down a little bit, but I don't actually know yet. So yeah, because I don't feel like the thing that stresses me out is I don't feel like I'm doing enough. So I don't know how doing less is going to make me feel better, but yeah, I don't know. Weird headspace at the moment. That's my
Makes
challenge.
sense.
Yeah, that's hard.
Gotcha. Kylie?
So a challenge is just my busy schedule. Like I was out of town and I've just been really busy, like, and once again, kind of dealing with like the exhaustion that's coming with my new job. And a little bit of regret with my new job. And so that's just been like hard to figure out like where creativity fits in. But also on the flip side of that, it definitely like is something once again I look forward to. It's like become instead of like my only like my job and like you have to do this to make money, it's become more of like my escape again, which is good, but it's still hard to like find the energy to do that. I would say is a challenge. And another challenge is what is the topic today, so I won't get into it too much. But I'm just like really not sure what I want to do right now with my business or like what that looks like. Like I kind of am considering rebranding a few things, but that would include the name, and I don't know how that goes into like the fact that my LLC has like a legal name, you know. And there are just like a lot of things that I'm like not really sure how I'm gonna go forward with. So that stuff has just been kind of weighing on me, like trying to figure out what my game plan is for my business. And I don't like go to school anymore, so like this is the only like place where I can like talk to people that are kind of in my same like career or like creative like headspace or like in similar jobs. And so it's hard that I can't just like go to work and like pick my boss's brain about it. Like I always talk to James Rognan about all that stuff, you know, and like or like classmates or other TAs. And so I'm glad I have this forum, but like it's hard not being able to just go every day and like really think through it, because when it comes to like changes, I'm not very good at them. Like I really think on them for like months and months and months, and then before I ever actually do anything. And so yeah, so that's kind of been circling in the old noggin, but that's all really.
Yeah, it took me forever to like decide to just like kill my my business Instagram. So yeah. I get that.
It's so hard.
I distinctly remember just deciding to kill it, and it was fantastic.
That's good to know.
Yeah. But like the weird thing is that I've combined my personal and my business, and so my business posts don't have as high of an engagement as they used to. Yeah. It's weird, but because people are there to see my personal stuff and my mental health stuff, which is cool. Yeah. But
the world.
For me, challenges. My knee's been acting up again.
I saw that.
So yeah, so I have it all taped up, and I had a notebook paper. I have a whole notebook paper full of assignments written down. A whole sheet of notebook paper.
Ugh.
That's fun. So that's a challenge because of that. And then you guys are like burned out from like commission stuff, like price versus passion. For me, school has just wrecked it. I've been like contemplating changing my major, which I'm a senior, but
Been there.
What?
yeah,
Contemplated it. I didn't go through with it, but
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna wind up going through with it, but like definitely been contemplation. Just because like I've been doing this for so long and now I'm in the job field, and it's just one of those things where it's like, has design become something that I still love, or has design become something that I'm starting to dread doing?
Can I speak to that
Yeah.
a little bit? I think everybody goes through that. I think that for some people, the answer is I don't like it too much now, right? But I think for most people, it's an ebb and flow of like, how do I refine this balance of like, because there was
you're
this time.
constantly rekindling the passion, just like a relationship.
Yeah. So like, I used to draw like for hours as like a kid, just like pop in some tunes and draw. And I like have had this cycle of like, why don't I love this? Like why don't I just sit down and draw stuff for hours? Because like I was bored at the time, right? And like I'm at this phase right now where I love it, but like there's definitely like this, oh, do I have to? And it's kind of sad to be like thinking, oh, do I have to for this thing that I would feel like, oh, I get to do this. But it's totally like a thing. It's totally a thing. And some people get past it. A lot of people get past it. Some people
I went through like a whole like, should I end Artcheck thing? Like,
really?
It's been, yeah, it's been pretty rough. Like,
we could always just make it to 100 and then.
No, I really like Artcheck, and it's something that I look forward to. But like, I don't know. It's just like it was the 18 days that I was trying to do, and like I looked at my stuff at the end of it and I was like, this is literal garbage. Like, I absolutely hate it. The only thing I like was my first day. And so like, why is this my major if I'm making stuff that I hate and I can't find a project that I like? And I left off the 4 hours of design work that I did for my job in my what I got done. And like, yeah, it's just rough because I feel like I'm like living below my potential, I guess. I don't know.
You're in the goo phase, in the cocoon with the goo right now. It's okay.
I know.
Who becomes butterflies?
I know. So there's that. And then they ran blood tests on me and then came back and said, oh, you're completely fine. And then they re-ran the same blood and stuff came back. And so now I'm back onto going to see specialists. And then, there's quite a few challenges. This is the last one.
As per usual.
I know. And then me and some people have been discussing a possible misdiagnosis for my mental health. I've been diagnosed with ADHD and anxiety, and anxiety medicine doesn't work on me. ADHD doesn't work on me. And so we've been doing a lot of research, and we think that I might have high functioning autism.
Oh.
And so it's been a mix of like trying to not force myself to come to terms with it because I haven't been diagnosed with it yet. But we're all,
but also like accepting the possibility.
We're all pretty sure that's what it is. Like we've looked up like symptoms online and just all of that stuff. And like 3 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to live stream or any of that. And so I've made a lot of like change, but all of my anxiety stems from socially. And so I don't have just straight up like generalized anxiety. Every single time I have an anxiety attack, it's because I don't understand what somebody else is thinking or anything like that. It's a whole thing. And so I've been doing a lot of research on high functioning autism and trying to it took myself 3 years to come to terms with the fact that I have PTSD. And the anxiety and the ADHD didn't take much to get used to. It was just like, well, yeah, duh.
A lot of people like go through that and stuff.
And so, you know, I'm 21, and to find out like this would explain a lot of my life, but also like, I don't know, it's hard. I'm not saying that there's anything against like autism, and I need that like known.
No, yeah.
But
it's still like big to like realize that there might have been something like coming upon an answer when it comes to mental health. Like I've never come upon an answer like that big, you know, and that definitive. But like when you do, it's a mixture of like understanding and like, oh my gosh, like things make sense, and also like, why did I not know this earlier, and like a billion other things.
Yeah. I read this book about a guy who went through like your situation. Like he found out he was autistic in like his 40s. And he was like, how do I not know this about myself? And on top of that, he's like, he's not a psychologist, but he's like one of those like YouTubers who are just like, I'm super interested in this, and now I make like videos about your brain or whatever. And he's like, I'm like a fraud. Like, I didn't know this about my brain. So
yeah, it's like this whole thing. I'm more so in like a mix of like denial and acceptance, because I don't want it. And like, I mean, if I do have it, which like I said, we're all pretty certain, it's also super hard for females to be diagnosed with autism. So it's extremely difficult. Men get diagnosed way more than women do. And there's not even necessarily like a correct way to go about it. And so, yeah, we've been looking it up, talked to my mom about it, like my adopted mom, talked to my best friend about it. We've been going through it all. And the other main thing that we've realized is like I get super overstimulated super fast. And I can't. Like if I'm in a room with like 10 people, I'm out. Like my birthday party, I think like was the best I've been with a room full of people. And so it's just, it's a lot
of like things clicking.
But hey,
clicking that I don't necessarily want to. I wish some people, I think, go, you know, at some point I feel like everybody's like, oh, do I have this thing? Oh, do I have this thing? And like this is one of those things where it like popped into my head and I was like, nah. And then I thought about it a lot more and I was like, oh crap. And so then I've been slowly talking to people, and this has been going on for like a few months. I've definitely just like kept it in. I haven't talked about it on the show yet because I wasn't sure if I was like crazy. But yeah, no, my best friend and her husband and everybody, like everybody's reaction is, well, why haven't you been diagnosed yet? If you were autistic, wouldn't you have known? No, I never got diagnosed for anything until I left my house. And at the point that I left my house, my PTSD was so bad that there was no way to get any diagnosis on anything else.
And like adults on the spectrum, like some of them are like, yeah, I didn't get diagnosed. Like, pretty sure I have it, but it's so hard to diagnose that we're just gonna assume that I have it. You know? But like you're the same person with or without. You know what I mean? Like you're still you, and like
it doesn't define you, but
like it really is. Like the only difference is gonna be like, hey, now I know what to do.
More tools.
Like I have more tools, I have more knowledge, right? And like you're the same person before or after the diagnosis. Like you haven't changed because of it. You know what I mean?
It's just, autism is one of those things that you hear about and then you think of like these things that you see on social media of, you know, kids freaking out and like all of this stuff. And I've just assumed like I'm too high functioning to have autism. Like I'm too smart. Like I'm crazy smart. Emily, you and I were talking about how I figured out this whole pattern when I was being
which is funny because that's another like very clear symptom of autism, you know.
I know.
Just like very smart, like very, very intensely smart people, you know.
And so anyways, going through that with 13 credits, like I'm dropping a class. It's it's killer. And like, I'm engaged. I'm planning a wedding. My fiance is now with me trying to figure out, am I getting married to somebody that I mean, and it doesn't change his opinion of me. Anyways, that's a pretty major challenge that I didn't plan on sharing tonight, but I guess I am.
That's okay. So, we're here for you.
We're supportive and we love you. And everybody that ever like joins us in chats or whatever, they have mountains of love for you too.
Yeah.
So, and I was gonna say, like, I think all of us have shared things on this Artcheck that we didn't plan on sharing at one point.
Yeah. I know at some point I'm just gonna wind up like crying it out about it, but I'm trying to not hit that until I get diagnosed.
Keeping cool.
So, anyways, that's been a challenge. But next Artcheck.
I would like to do some sketches. That is something that I think, you know how most of the time I'm like, oh, I'd like to do da-da-da, and then I never do. Mm-hmm. I think I would actually like to do some sketches. Okay. Given the amount of sketching that I've been doing lately, I think I'll actually do that. So, yeah.
Sweet. Kylie?
I want to take my iPad on this time that I know I don't have to give it up. It'll be a little easier. So yeah, I'd like to do that. Stay on top of my embroidery and start at least like writing my thoughts out / maybe like having a conversation with someone that I know I can like bounce ideas with, maybe call up my old pal James or something. Try and figure out what I want to do moving forward.
You should just go into his office. He's there.
Oh, yeah. I tried doing that once, except he wasn't there. But that was like also last semester, and I don't understand how school's working with COVID right now. But yeah, maybe I'll go into his office or something, because yeah, I need to like, I'm not good at I don't figure things out on my own. Like, I'm someone that needs to talk to people about it. So anyway, I'm hoping that I can like make some progress, but at the very least, I shall get my new iPad ordered, and yeah.
Sick.
Yay. What? I have to make this stupid case study. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I have to make this wonderful case study that I'm so excited about.
Woo!
Opportunity to learn or get used to something that you're not used to. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to make this case study, which is definitely like, I'm making progress. I'm trying to force myself to see the benefits of InDesign. But yeah, I have to make this case study. Oh my gosh. I forgot that I've been undergoing a whole branding rebrand.
Do tell.
Give me a second. I can't believe I forgot this. Yeah, I completely changed my website name and everything.
Oh, yay!
Kiley, you're like selling yourself short over here.
Here's my new website.
Hey!
It's not done, but here's some cool photographs I've done. And, yeah.
Cool. That's a cool mock-up.
Thank you. So I've been going through a whole... What? WordPress. Don't come at me.
Do you want to know something?
At me.
I don't even have a website right now, so
it's for clients.
At work, we're doing we're going to be doing new websites for
Squarespace.
No, we're probably getting WordPress. But we're getting this like super fancy plugin that is way better than Divi, basically. Like, I think it's what Divi was supposed to be.
Yeah. It's what Divi wanted to be.
Like, I watched like a time lapse thing of like people doing it, and it's extremely visual, and it's like working on a normal. It's not like the back end has to be on one screen and the actual page has to be another one, so you actually see what things look like. So, yeah, might be on WordPress for those, which is funny.
Totally have not been talking about that for the past 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah, you mentioned that you wanted to do that.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Stuff was like broken, and you're like, it's okay because I'm throwing stuff away and starting over or whatever.
Yep.
So, yay! What is the address?
K-Day visuals.
K-Day?
Like
K-Day?
Cute.
it's like K Davis, but Wool's at the end, so it's like K Davis Yules. K-Day visuals.
Oh, that is so smart. Okay. That is so cool.
That's smart. That's pretty fortunate.
Like this. It's not obviously it's not all capitalized and stuff. But so you can see the Davis in there.
Davis.
K. Davis Wolves.
Yeah.
Visuals. K-Day visuals.
Yep. So anyways. Ta-da! All right.
Woo!
Price versus passion. Kylie, this was your topic, so you get to introduce it.
Hi guys, my name is Kiley.
Welcome to my channel.
Okay, the little girls that I nanny, I think their parents let them watch a ton of that type of stuff, and the little girl would just go around. Hey, I'll call her A, but she'll go around and say, "Hey, I'm A. Welcome to my channel, guys." She's 4. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. And it's like super out of context too. Like she'll just walk around the house saying that over and over again. Okay. So the other month, this has been a long time coming, I saw this thing that rocked my world, and it was just a quote by Daniel Krissa that says, "If you're not making art that reflects you, then why are you making art?" And it shook me a lot because I feel like that's me right now. Like if you look at my Kiley creative account, in fact, there have been people that are really important to me that I like meet, and they like want to see my account, and I'm like, or my like art, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the thing.
This is definitely done by Creative Pep Talk, dude.
Ooh.
Like I can it's a podcast, and he always does like a thumbnail for all of the podcasts, like on Spotify. There's
that's so cool. Yeah, I didn't even think of the artist. I just
that is 100% that guy. So there's a Creative Pep Talk episode about this too somewhere, and he probably gives like concrete, solid.
That's good to know.
But listening to that kind of stuff stresses me out. So
this is my stuffed rabbit gut. I have a lot of stuffed animals, and when I get anxious, I like have to be holding one. So yeah, I'm 24. Whatever.
It's okay. I have a blanket. You're good.
Yeah, it's like a lot. But anyway, so yeah, I saw that, and I was like, it really like yeah. Anyway, I saw some people, and they were like, "Oh, let me see your art page," and I like didn't want to show them really, because I don't feel like it really represents who I am, you know, like, and it's really just, I create things that I know will sell. And it doesn't feel like very genuine to me. And it's kind of what's kind of caused a lot of this confusion, because Kiley Lee Creative LLC was created to just sell commission like art, you know, and photography and like faceless portraits or detailed portraits. I've started doing those temple illustrations, things like that. Like I did the Jesus illustration. All those things are things that, can you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You guys were frozen for a second, so I didn't know if it was my Wi-Fi. But I was like, okay, what I like created this, and that's kind of what Kiley the Creative is. So I thought about rebranding and putting things that I've worked on my account that's just like passion projects. But then I was like, well, my LLC, the purpose of my LLC, the reason I made an LLC is to make money. So part of me is like considering making an LLC, like I don't want to have another Instagram at all. But part of me is still considering either adding my art that is more reflects who I am on my personal Instagram, or creating one that's like with a name that's like more similar to my values and things right now, and like create art like that. And it's been hard because I'm like, I think that's part of what takes the passion out art for me. Like this embroidery project, like when you were talking about how like sometimes like you just feel like art is kind of just like a chore kind of, I definitely went through that. And for me, finding like a new thing that I'm passionate about has helped me a lot. Like that's how I felt the past year. And then when I found this embroidery thing, and now I'm doing this, like, gosh, I don't even want to know like how burnt out I'm going to feel on embroidery after this hoop is full. But it's been like really fun and getting me excited, you know. But I don't really feel like I can post it on my Kiley Lee Creative account because that's like, I'm not going to start selling embroidery and things like that. And I want to just do it for the sake of making art and because it reflects me. And I'm going to I have to sneeze, but I can't. It won't let me. So, and then there's those jungle room self-portraits I've taken. I'm wanting to do some more photo shoots, but I'm really wanting to do them more for the sake of art, not for the sake of selling it. And so that's been really tricky because I know that to make money, I need to the best way to make money is to continue down the Kiley Lee Creative LLC path of temples and illustrations and things. Emily?
So I have a question. Why can you just rebrand and keep the name? Because it's just registered, right?
Yeah. The tricky thing, that's what I'm wondering, if I could rebrand and just have my legal name be Kiley Lee Creative LLC, but then just rebrand the other name and either change the name through the registration or just I can add it as an alias, I think, that this business also goes by this name or something.
Yeah.
But also part of it is do I even want to? The art that I want to make, I don't even know if it's sellable. Some of it's self-portraits or it'll be embroidery stuff, things that's why I'm kind of leaning towards posting on my personal Instagram, which is what I did today. But it's hard to create art that I don't love, to be honest. It's really mundane and honestly doesn't really reflect me very much at all. If I pull up my Instagram, I'm yeah, that's not me really, but I know it's what will sell, and that's right now that's the most important thing for me as a starving post-grad nanny is making art that'll sell. And I know this will sell. I've even considered just putting all the temples and all the illustrations I've made so far on my Etsy and then restarting on my Instagram, but then I know, yeah, the stuff I want to create isn't catered towards clients, and Emily has thoughts, so I'm going to turn the time to her.
You got it in the right direction.
I did do it that way.
I know, and notice what you're doing. And I was like, but it worked out. So the Kiley Lee Creative is that's the name of the company, but you're not legally bound to. I mean, you might have to have registered. Oh, it's artwork, right?
Yeah.
Instead of being it's burgers, and then you can't be now I'm making burgers because it's not registered.
But it's still it's artwork and photography, which is what I do anyway.
You can also change your Instagram URL and then just go by that, but then in your bio say Kiley Lee Creative LLC and then never use that again and change your logo and everything. Yeah. But technically you just have that one line of branding. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was my interruption, my loophole.
Yeah.
Emily, keep going.
No,
I don't think it's bad. You're not a company that's existed for 10
yeah, people
20.
Don't know really.
Yeah, you're not well established in terms of operating that long, and so I don't see why you couldn't just keep the name, right, but just start doing different things and keep those things that sell up, but phase them out over time as you just make stuff you want. I'm 100% for I think professional consensus is always do what you want.
Yeah.
And people will come if you market yourself. Yeah. And there's a niche audience for everything. And so why can't you just do what you want and there'll be an audience for it?
Yep.
And so my opinion, my off the bat thought is why not just keep the name, right? Not have to go through the trouble, but just start making whatever you want to. And I would always post your artwork to your professional Instagram because you never know what people are gonna like. And if people don't like your, I've seen artists who are I've been lying to myself for years. This isn't what I want to make. And they'll take a quick hiatus and then they'll come back and be like, yeah, this is what I want. I'm happy now. And they'll watch some of their following leave and be like, this is because it's different. They came following me for this content. I'm giving them this content now.
That's definitely what I would see over time. But like, I'm okay with that because it's finding the people that I want.
Yeah. And so, and that would happen. But like, I would say, like, just go for it. Make what you want to make. Post it to not your personal one, but to the people who want to see you make art. And they can like it or not like it. And it's fine because, like, a small percentage of people who follow us on Instagram actually give us any money. So, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, I would say just do what you want to do. And there'll be, like, hiccups and but do what you want.
I like that.
Yeah. And like, your brand is you. You know what I mean? Like, it is you. And so the more that you are true to you, like, outwardly, the more authentic your brand is anyways. And
it's so true. I think that that's part of, like, the fact that my brand is my name. Like, I follow an artist right now, Carly White. She's a religious artist. I have some of her art in here, but she is a Christian artist, and her has been Brushwork Babe for, like, a really long time. And she's wanting to change it because, like, that was her since, like, college, and now she's like, I want to go by my name because it's, like, who I am. Where, ironically, like, I feel like not really true to myself because the art that I'm selling is tied to my name, you know, and I'm like, but that's not really who I am. I don't really want my name to be represented necessarily by all this art. And so I actually want to, like, completely swap it, you know, and I think it's just about, like, but yeah, you're so right. Like, your art really is just, like, a reflection of you. But it's really tricky. I think, like, when you're trying to be a professional artist in some way or another, like, it's tricky to find, like, to have enough, like, courage to do what you love instead of what you know will sell, you know, like, I know those faceless portraits are all the rage and people love them, you know, but, like, my soul dies a little sometimes when I, like, actually my soul lives because I can buy groceries. So that's the tricky part, you know?
The body lives, but the soul dies.
Exactly. That's the thing. And so it requires so much courage to, like, take that step away from what is safe. And I have struggled with that my entire life. Like, I am not good at risks ever. Like, I picked a major that was safe. I, like, picked a school that was safe. I've always picked everything, like, that's safe. And, like, the job I have right now is safe, you know? And so it's hard to, like, find that courage, especially when you're a creator and you, like, struggle with imposter syndrome and things like that. And yeah, I just think it's, like, something every creative struggles with at some point or another, like, the passion versus the profit. Like, any creator that wants to make money off their art kind of struggles with, like, okay, do I make art that I want to make, or do I make art that they want me to make, you know?
Yeah. I feel that because, like, I have a store too. Like, it's, like, frustrating sometimes to be like, this is the sticker that sold. Like, this is a one and done. Like, I didn't want to make any other things like this. So hope you like some of my other stuff. And it's also super rewarding when somebody buys the thing that was my favorite to make, right? But that's not as often. And so, like, there's, like, 3 really popular stickers in my store, and it's always like, oh, that okay. Like, I can see why that's popular, but it's not true to me. It's just something I made once. And so there's, like, a bit of it. And I think there's, like, a balance of, like, if you constantly are making stuff for people, you fall into this situation that I feel like you're in right now, you know? But if you, like, have moments of, like, doing whatever you want and then having these pockets of, all right, and, like, what can I do for my audience? You know what I mean? Like, it's healthier. Because, like, I don't want to be inauthentic with what I'm making because I know that I won't be happy. And so I only do that in small chunks where it's very like I'm totally in the mental state to be appreciative of what I'm doing right now and enjoy it. Because other times it's like I feel like I'm lying to myself if I'm making it. And so I think it's better to have like little pockets of that. And also like you never know what takes with people. So like just make whatever you want and like something will land. You know what I mean? Like one of the darts will hit the bullseye if you throw enough of them. Right?
Even if it's like an obscure fan art.
Yeah. Yeah. Like something will work eventually, but like I think one, it won't work if you don't do enough, right? But the easiest way to do enough is to do stuff you love all the time.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, I was pulling up your obscure fan art to show everybody.
Yeah, it's so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But you don't want to just get on my phone. So good.
Yeah, there's you can see like it's based off a photo, but yeah, that
Sorry.
was really exciting.
Yeah, so anyways, I was just showing that because
Thank you.
it's been brought up. You're welcome. As far as price versus passion goes, I don't have as much experience, so I'm gonna relate it to what I do know. Which is it's not price, but for me it's grades.
Yeah.
I'm not making money.
was
I'm not making money. I'm making grades, you know,
Yeah.
and I am not loving it. And I am making money because I'm becoming a graphic designer for my job.
Yeah.
And it's like rough because I'm able to make stuff that people want, and that's cool. But I don't even know what I want to make anymore. The last project I enjoyed might have been my animation, which was 2 years ago. Other than that, I enjoyed some faceless illustrations for a while. And then I enjoyed my Spider-Man that I made. But like my last like project that I enjoyed was my animation, and that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then everything since then has been, I need a portfolio. I need to be able to show this, you know, because what everybody tells you is when you leave college, it's not your bachelor's degree that's, you know, your bachelor's degree is going to get you in the door, but as a graphic designer, the first thing that they're going to ask you, or the first thing that they're going to look at is your portfolio. They're going to look at your resume and they're going to say, okay, cool, you have some experience, portfolio. And then that's just exactly what they're going to go to. And so every single thing that I've done since my animation has been, okay, what's going to get me a good grade and what's going to impress everybody. I've made one thing of fan art. I would love to make fan art. I have a really cool picture of Thor's hammer that I would love to post, but you know, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to, you know, it's anyways, I don't necessarily have any recommendations, but I feel ya.
Well,
Can I
it's so
tell you
true. Like,
something?
it definitely relates like with school. Like I felt the same way in school, you know. I was like always like I'm like a huge people pleaser. And so like I was like I want my professors to like me, and so I'd like I look at my photos from like my first photography class where the photography professor had a very different style than I do.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I got to edit my photos like this. And I look at how I edited my photos that semester. I'm like, no, you know, because I was just like editing to get paid a good grade, you know, and like, and to be liked and to be accepted by like my clients, which at the time were like my teachers. And that's so, yeah.
Yeah, right now, and I am making commissions too. So I guess I keep on forgetting that I am commissioned by people. But doing engagement photos, I'm doing portraits, I'm doing all that stuff. Well, I've hit a point where I hate picking up my camera.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hated it last semester after this whole debacle that I got in with the professor. And now I'm making money off of it, so it's great. My fiance and I are able to afford all of the furniture that we're having to buy. It's fantastic, but like I'm just turning stuff in.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm just turning stuff in because, and right now I'm at my job because I need an internship.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about working at Starbucks again, and that made me happier than the thought of my internship does.
Can I tell you some things?
Yeah.
One, I'm gonna say I've learned this from comic book artists on Twitter. Fan art is a good portfolio piece because it tells an employer how you would interpret a different thing that's already been made. So it's like very distinguishing of like, oh, this is the difference between this person and this artist or whatever. But also, like, this is what I did because I also did photography for a little bit because in Rexburg, it's a really hot thing like this. Somebody's always getting married. So there's always an opportunity to make a buck with photography. And I started hating it more and more. So I just bumped up the price more and more so that it was like, oh, you don't want to pay this? Oh, I guess I don't have to make it. Oh my gosh.
Done that.
Yeah. And then by the time that somebody is coming around willing to pay that price, you're like, hey, though, like I'm making a big buck. You know what I mean? And so like it's more exciting that, well, hey, I didn't want to do this, but it's at a price at which it's worth it to me now. Where the money trumps whether or not I want to actually be at this wedding all day, and so, and that is nice. Mm-hmm. So, like, I would say if you don't want to do something, like freelance-wise, if there's something you don't want to do, but you don't have a solution, like a different thing to step into yet, just like make the price higher.
That's
like
true.
There'll be somebody there who pays for it, right? But by the time that it'll be worth it at that point.
Yep.
And so, yeah. And yeah. But eventually what I did is I stopped picking up my camera because it didn't make me happy. So like the answer is if it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. And if you can't not do it, find a way to not be able to do it. Work on a solution to be the other thing. Mm-hmm. Once you're at that point, whatever.
Yeah. I've just lost I got super into VR. Mm-hmm. And like I had this like big dream to make this VR escape room. And now like everything just sounds like so much work.
Don't do it then.
Visual wise. Well, that's my major, Emily.
Well, don't do VR. Take a break. Take a scheduled break. I mean, you're in class, right? But like if you're hating everything, then give yourself a vacation. Like people have vacations from jobs for a reason because they're tired of it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's I feel ya. When I have a recommendation, I'll hit you up. But yeah, I don't know. There was my thing.
It's a lot of like this whole situation. There's so many like pockets where, and I don't know, could just like this is a field of I don't know, like a minefield of like, and it's so it's fine. It's fine that you don't know because there's a lot of
don't know.
Yeah. I also just feel like, I mean, how old are you guys?
25.
24.
I did not realize that. All right, you guys are mid-20s.
I know. I'm about to be in my late 20s this year.
I'm low 20s, but
Little baby.
We're still, I know.
Little baby.
This is like when you said, Lil baby Kayla on my on my Facebook
So cute.
post.
High school Kayla, little baby.
It was like 5 years ago.
Ah.
Anyways. No, 4 years ago. Anyways. We're young.
Yeah.
We shouldn't hate our jobs at this point.
Well, like
Well, we
We're
should hate
too
them
young for
sometimes.
this. That's
Like-
sometimes.
we're at this point where, you know, like early 20s, you're used to doing whatever you want, right? Except for school homework. Like the thought of working like a job, you know what I mean? Like that sounded terrible to me. You know what I mean? And like now I'm thinking about how eventually I'm going to have to go full time, and I've never had a full-time job before, right?
Mhm.
But like, and like those things are like, ugh, like I remember like having a meltdown, like crying, because I was like, what do you mean people spend more time at work than they do with their family? You know what I mean? But that's like, once you get into the groove, there's this like resistance there, but then it works out, right?
Mhm.
Like it feels wrong that you shouldn't like it, right? But it is like supernatural, and like everybody goes through it. Like nobody wants to show up to work because nobody wants to work. You know what I mean? Even if they do like their job, which I like my job, but I don't want to go to work,
Mhm.
you know? So yeah, like it's totally fine that you feel this way because everybody feels this way. But like the thing that sucks is you don't really feel it until you're an adult, and you feel like you shouldn't have to feel this way at this point because you're an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. This conversation is why I stayed out of the commission game for so long,
Yeah.
because I knew that it was gonna happen. Like I knew it.
Yeah.
And then I did it because I wanted money and people wanted my stuff. And
can
now I
always
regret doing it.
You can always just say commissions are closed. You can always just put on your Instagram bio, commissions closed.
My commissions are closed right now.
I know, but money.
Mine are soft closed right now because I have like things that are open. People have talked to me about it, but I've been like, how about I talk to you in like a month? So
Money is a thing.
I
too.
think I would like my job more if I wasn't also in school.
because you would have way less stress happening.
Yeah, I also think, yeah, and this is okay.
Free to do that.
This topic right here is why I can not like basically this conversation is why I've considered ending Artcheck.
Really?
Yes, because I feel like I show up every time with schoolwork. When's the last time that I showed up with a passion project? Like, think about it. To this Artcheck.
There's the baby thing.
What baby thing?
The baby onesie.
Yeah. You know when that was?
I don't know. Time means nothing.
It was like April.
But like, here's the
of
thing
last
though.
year.
Like these projects are big. Like it's okay. You know what I mean? Like it's okay that you're a student and you have to grind. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but
it sucks, but like it's okay that you have to do that.
yeah, but like Artcheck used to be like, look at this fun stuff I'm working on.
Yeah.
And it's like, look at the school project that I'm doing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at the stuff I'm getting paid to do.
Yeah. It's frustrating. But like,
or look at these projects that I'm paying the school to make me do.
Yeah. Like, but I have full faith that, like, you know, this is just like a growth spurt situation.
Yeah.
You know
My goal for 2020 was to make an animation.
Mm-hmm.
Like a full, like 3 minute, 4 minute something animation story, and like go through this whole thing. I talked about it on Kurz Artcheck. I like legitimately, like, I think I talked about it in like 2019. I went on his Artcheck and I said this whole thing, and I talked to him, and I think Jim Lujan was on there maybe, and there were like quite a few people on there. And one thing I said is, I have this animation idea, and like just dropped it.
That's okay though.
Yeah.
Because New Year's resolutions suck, and they're usually like garbage. Like, it's fine. Like, your year is a big thing. A lot happens
And you
in
never
here.
know what's coming.
Also,
Like,
2020
you said
happened.
that in 2019, and did you know what happened in 2020?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Okay.
it's totally fine. Like, the thing is that, like, with goal setting of like, I'm gonna do this, right? Is that like things change, and then you feel like garbage because you didn't do the thing that you didn't know you're gonna have to climb this, and this mountain and do this stupid goal that you don't want to do anymore now. Like, you know, and then you feel like trash because you didn't do it. And so, like, don't, yeah, like, New Year's resolution. Yeah, the real lesson with New Year's resolutions is learning how to forgive yourself. You know what I mean? Once you do that, you beat the system. You know what I mean? Because, like, then you can set goals knowing that you had this in your mind. You might do this thing, right? But, like, if you didn't, it really doesn't matter because you had a whole year of, like, you did other things, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna be okay, girl. You're gonna find the thing.
Both of
Don't know what
Kylie,
it is.
you are too. Kylie, you are too.
I hope so. I have a needle and I stab it into fabric every day to help me.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's what I need. No. I mean, I don't know. I just can't wait till I'm like 23 and not in college anymore.
Yeah.
Hi, Rusty.
Wow, baby doggo.
He's licking my new plant stand I bought today. Rusty.
I almost got a cat recently.
I thought you were allergic to cats.
I am, but I liked
A
him.
communication specialist at a cat rescue in town.
Oh.
What'd you say?
Like, is it a bald
I
cat?
said, well, what do you need me to do? Because I do have a job now. I would love to. Because if they just want me to like man social media and I never get to see the cats, like I kind of want to only do it if I get to like go and take pictures of the cats and like stuff and like help with actual hands-on things, you know?
Yeah.
But
after hours, baby.
This is 48-hour art check after hours. Which is at the end of our check when we get super off topic.
And we can't help ourselves. But
which is fantastic. It's fantastic, and I love getting super off topic. But yeah, I almost got a cat. Actually, first, if you want to find my stuff, go to at the comeback _KLD. It will look like kid, but it actually is KLD. If you want to find Emily's stuff, go to at Guminelli. If you look up Guminelli somewhere and it's not there, for instance, Twitch, she's not on Twitch. But if you go to Twitter, you'll find her. You'll find her Instagram, etc., Guminelli.com. If you want to find Kiley's stuff right now, go to at KyleyLee.creative. And that is where her stuff is located on Instagram. If you want to find
account.
Or your personal account, which is
like linked on that Instagram. So
cool. It's linked there. Yeah, I was gonna say something and I could not remember your personal and stuff.
It's at Kiley Lucille.
At Kiley Lucille. Go find that. Ronnie, who typically is in the chat sometimes, is working on a 12 months of horror holidays, and we want to support him. Go check out his it looks like it's spelled Ko-Fi, but it's actually coffee. Go check that out. All that stuff. It will be in the description below, but I dropped the ball today. It's not in the description below right now, but it will be by the time we leave. Anyways. Whoever needs to leave can leave. But I found a cat at a hotel parking garage, and I tried to rescue it for like 3 hours, and it wouldn't let me.
Was this near the neighborhood?
No, Salt Lake.
Oh, I was gonna say, because there was a cat wandering around. Tim came inside and he was like, Emily, there was a cat outside. I was like, why are your knees wet? And he's like, I got on the ground. He was like, there was a really sweet, beautiful kitty cat, and I wanted to take it inside because it's cold outside. And I didn't want it to be alone and cold, and it ran away from me. And I was like, baby, it's probably going to be okay. And I was like, this is so cute. And that you're acting this way. And he's like, you're not sad enough. The cat went away. And I was like, baby, it's okay. She probably doesn't want to be in our apartment.
Yeah, so I almost got a cat. It's really sad. It did not work out. I literally own a freaking cat kennel, little carrying case thing now that I can't return. So if anybody wants one, let me know. It holds up to a 10-pound animal.
You could probably donate it to Superhero Animal Rescue.
Plug in.
Or you could sell it on, I'm sure you could sell it on Rexburg Animal.
That's true.
Like Rexburg Dog Group or like Pets of Southeast Idaho, all those things.
Yeah, so then I went to go adopt a cat, and then I had allergic reaction.
You gotta get a Sphinx.
No, those cats are ugly.
No, they're little baby aliens.
Yeah, that's not what I want in my apartment.
As long as you don't think this is a cat and you think it's a baby alien.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
It's a young old lady. Like
that sounds.
No, they're wonderful.
Yeah,
cute.
We also have a dog. It's fine.
Yeah, you have a pupper.
That dog is just really big, and I just want to.
Like, oh, look, it's an uncooked chicken.
Yep. That is exactly what my dog would do.
I'm still like getting delighted by all these like men. I love them.
That is what my dog would do. I haven't seen my dog in like a week and a half.
Oh, baby.
I know. I miss my dog. That's an over-exaggeration. I haven't seen her in like 5 days. But
see, I have Bruno, and I cuddle him, and I hold him like a teddy bear, and it's the best thing ever.
There's a chance.
Oh, what were you gonna say? I was gonna say, and I just bury my face in him and not have an allergic reaction. So that's
Kylie.
cool.
Are you gonna get a cat?
I really, really, really thought about it, but I don't think. Oh shoot! I got to plug this in. I don't think I'm going to, because I just know that I want one. But like, especially now where I'm going like places all the time, like to Utah, and then I'm also working, so like I wouldn't be able to like take care of the cat at home and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think
they're lower maintenance than puppers.
What?
They're lower maintenance than puppers.
Yeah, I know.
But you can take puppers in the car.
That's true.
Well, they're lower maintenance, but the problem is that they still like when they're kittens, like you still have to like be with them more often, you know, and so like where I have a job now, I like wouldn't be able to. And then I also realized upon Christmas break, like being around my mom's puppy, I just realized that like what I really want is a baby, but I can't have a baby. And what I really want after a baby is a dog, but I can't have a dog. And so that's the only reason I was like really thinking about. I do like cats, but like cats are bigger risk for me because I only like cats that are like really like social and cuddly. And I don't want to get in a position where I have a mean cat that like, or like just a cat that just doesn't really like social interaction, would rather like go somewhere else, you know, and be like,
so I had this concern too, because like I wanted an ESA. Like I wanted a cat that would be there for me, not a cat that would hide under my bed. And so but I got an old cat. I got a 3-year-old cat. So like you know what their disposition is. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, as much as you can at a shelter, they don't act the same.
Yeah, they
But
don't.
but like I got the friendliest cat there. That was the like. I mean, there were a couple that were friendly, but they were also like insane and like running all over the place, and I didn't want that. But yeah, Bruno was like, I picked him because he does that thing where he jumps so that he can rub his face against your hand as you're walking. And I was like, this cat is affectionate. I need an affectionate cat. And it worked out great. But yeah, kittens are wild cards because you don't know. They're going to get spayed or neutered, like, and then their personality shifts entirely. And so,
well, if you adopt a kitten, they usually are spayed and neutered before like you get like adopt them. And then you can tell which ones are more cuddly and which ones are more playful, but they could always change as they get older. Guys, I embroidered these new joggers I got today from Costco, which I'm wearing right now.
Hey, nice.
And I have to go because Rusty's like whimpering at me, and I think he's gonna pee in here if I don't take him outside.
Okay, sounds good.
Guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
I just need another animal.
Do it.
I'm like super like low down.
Go.
I just need a stitch.
Do you know what you need to do? Do you know what like really fills it or makes you determine, no, I need this? Go to Idaho Falls, go on a date with Sabu to Petco. And
that's where I went and I met the kitty.
Yes, meet the kitty and look at all the ferrets and the chinchillas and all the little rodents and all the reptiles and just be like, ah! Like I love, like, sometimes we'll go there on dates and like we'll go to Idaho Falls and I'll be like, can we go to Petco? And yeah, just like look at all the hamsters, look at all the guinea pigs, look at the birds, look at all the snakes and stuff, and then see if there's like a cat.
He would die if he saw a snake. That's like his like number one fear is snakes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about reptiles is they're usually like curled up like in some like one of those little fake logs anyways, but like it's cool to see like a chameleon or a frog. Yeah.
I want something that will sit on my desk while a hamster. Those things are nocturnal though. Also, I really did try and plead a case to not use InDesign. I literally put together like a 10-slide presentation quoting Corey Kerr, like all of this stuff on like why I shouldn't have to use this program.
They were like, no.
Yeah. My professor said no.
Yeah.
He said, let's not.
It's okay because like once you like are used to InDesign, it's like, okay, this is just a stupid Illustrator.
Yeah, which I hate.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's what? Boo. It was great. Maddie was there for it. Madison was there for it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like a whole thing. I literally just want like a little animal like this big that will come and sit on my desk and let me pet it while I work.
Get a guinea pig. Do you know, have you ever interacted with guinea pigs?
No.
They're a delight. They're a delight. They're the only rodents I would want to have as a pet. They're
aren't they like hamsters are nocturnal? That's what my parents told me.
Nah, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I've had a few guinea pigs. What they are is they're a little bean and they have big personalities. And if they love you, they'll like sing or dance. They do this. It's so cute. So like the guinea pigs my mom has had, like they usually like their cage is in her room. And so when she walks into her bedroom, it'll freak out and be like, oh, mom's here. And so they make the cutest sounds. They make sounds that are like, wee, 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 wee. It's so cute. And sometimes they'll sing and they'll just go nuts and they'll be like, wee, 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 wee. It's so cute. And then some of them, when they're really excited, they just like pop. And it's really cute because they're in like a cage with like the fluffy stuff at the bottom. And so it goes poof. and they'll like run around and like I can't, like if my hand's the guinea pig, they'll just be like and like run around and they're like affectionate. They're cute. They snuggle, like they could nestle up here. You can wrap them around like a little burrito and keep them around with you. They're very sweet.
I'll talk to Jacob.
It's a really, if your dog is not like infatuated with small furry things in a way that like maybe they'd want to eat it, I can see why that's a problem. But because like you want to let guinea pigs out, like they need space. They're a bigger rodent than like rice.
I literally
Rats
rice. Those rodent rice.
So they need like a big space, but it's also just great to take them out.
I literally just want I don't know. I would want a bird if I wasn't scared of them because they'll just like sit on your shoulder.
Birds are loud though.
Birds are the scariest thing on earth. Anything that I am afraid of butterflies. I am afraid of anything that flies. It's literally we had a fears episode.
I don't remember this one.
I don't know if I think I did, but we could update it. I have a lot of new fears, but anything that flies freaks me out. Anything that flies. You know why? Because it can come near my face. If it's down and it can't come at my face, it's fine. Dogs that can jump at my face, no.
But like birds, their feathers.
I have like 2 minutes until I need to go.
Oh,
that's true.
Their feathers are clipped, so they flap, but they can't really go very far.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about birds in general. And also, if a bird's right here, it can just like on your face and just like and they have these really sharp beaks and like talons.
Yeah.
There's a picture of me when I was younger in Mexico, holding a bird, and you can just see the absolute terror in my eyes.
You're the meme with the guy in the butterfly where he's like, ah!
Yeah, kind of. I had to look happy about it. Like my parents were like, you need to look happy about this. I want to take your picture. And so I'm like,
smile.
Like
kid.
I have like a bird like all the way away from. I was like 14, I think.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, I have to head out. But
that's okay.
It's nice art check. We will be back on Thursday with a topic.
Yeah.
See ya.